Good evening, everybody. It is Thursday night, and it is ACC racing once again. It is the American Series. In the commentary box this evening, I've got Marius, our current championship leader for Monday nights in the V8s. He's joining us again here this evening. Good evening, Marius. How are you doing?
Hello, Dylan. How are you doing? I'm quite excited to be here. This is interesting from all the comments I saw about this racetrack. I'm very eager to see what happens here tonight.
Yeah, I must say the guys are definitely not feeling comfortable with this race at all. We did get the stream up a little bit later than expected, but the guys have started qualifying, so we'll jump in there now just to get the last 10 minutes, and we will be A for away.
Right. Just remember to show it to me too.
100%. So just getting all my settings done. So that's exactly what we needed. So now we're able to jump across to that live feed. And a new format here this evening, because the sprint races are now done and dusted, and we now head over to the 60-minute races. Still, our one-lap flyer is what the guys still need to contend with, and we just know what interesting racing this does create, because it does show that guys need to find that balance between taking a massive risk or taking it nice and easy and effectively getting themselves further down the order.
Well, if you consider that the track has 20 difficult corners to contend with, I would think that caution would be a good tactic in qualifying.
Brandon Trail, welcome. Thank you very much for hitting that subscribe button. Also see that we've got Tyler Humphreys saying, how's it, Dill? Sorry he can't be here this evening. He was going to join us in the commentary box, but not available. But all good. Tyler is still out there and supporting us. So thank you very much, Tyler.
Right, we see Mr. Musa break hard into corner 12. Coming down the 1.2 kilometer straight. That is probably the hardest braking point on the track.
And it is quite a nice place to set up for an overtake, provided you get a good run out of that hairpin.
Yes, the block pass is the key is to try and keep as much speed through that corner 11 onto that straight. And yes, because of it's almost like it's a hairpin at the end of that straight, basically. So if you get good drive and get your nose on the inside, you probably have the corner.
The interesting thing, though, is that we have seen guys going too wide through turn number 8, and then with you getting stuck on the outside for turn 9 is that you then get kicked to the outside and you'll end up losing that corner. So it is quite an interesting place. You could definitely got to make that move stick and then close off that outside to essentially protect the inside for that next corner.
Yeah, where your wits must be with you and, think ahead. Putting yourself on the outside anywhere is not a good idea. You are at risk always being pushed off the track when you put yourself on the outside.
Sorry to jump in. Dylan, can you check your DMs quickly, please?
Sure.
He's got a purple sector 2. Okay, there's a couple of guys heading back in the pits.
Well, let's just get those times up. just so that we can see what lap times the guys are doing. So far, Paul Fenter fastest with a 208.5, Chris Haneke 209.4, Jude 209.7, Michael Strubeck 211.7. I must say that these times are a little bit lower than expected.
Yeah, I think all the guys are very careful. I would have waited a bit longer into the session before I put my lap in. Let more rubber get laid down, I would think.
Yeah.
Not a bad lap there. A 2:08.2 from Musa.
And there's Duan Duplessis, a 207.9. So still lots of drivers needing to get out and get a lap time in.
Yeah, I think there is that couple of guys waiting for that optimum time to go out on the track. Letting the other guys put some rubber down.
So here we have, so on our timing board it's come up as Andre, but on the actual name that we've actually got him as Andretti Sorodio, and can see quite an interesting livery there. It looks like he might be looking for a sponsor there.
Right, Paul Fenter pushed down into third place. He was one of the first guys that put a lap up. I know there was another update just before the race. I don't hope that doesn't inconvenience some guys or something.
Well, I must tell you that update has definitely changed the landscape of the racing for sure. Let's just get another driver who is not in the pits. Car number 17, there we go. So there's Niall Bullion, based in the UK, I believe. You can see him getting his tyres up and warm.
Can you run down to the bottom of the drivers? I can just see, okay, Memo is here, Andrew is here. Oh, there's Mr. Schooler down. Haven't put a lap in yet. I don't see Terry Wolford tonight, do I?
No, Terry Wolford has sent in his apologies. He is unfortunately out of town.
All right.
Another man who I'm sure that the other drivers will be watching intently is Vincent Nell for Eleanor. Currently tied the championship, knowing that we've now dropped the one round of points, and he is currently tied with Giancarlo Scula.
This is interesting, and both of them are hanging in the pits waiting for that last couple of minutes before they put their lap in.
So there we go. Giancarlo is currently out on track. Another driver we're still waiting for will be Flip van Sale. So there he is now on his flyer in the new chic livery.
Looks awesome.
And you see some MSI influence there. Then
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. So we got Giancarlo Scula in 9th place. So that means we've actually got Paul Fenter in 8th, Giancarlo in 9th. I know that Niall was on a flyer. Let's see if we can't catch him. So there's Niall now coming out of turn number 11 all the way down at the furthest point of the track. Then it is this massive long straight towards turn number 8. Apologies, not 8.
12.
Yeah, because what I realized, what I've done is I've taken my little track map here and covered some of the corners for the shortened version that we used on Project Cars. So now I have the correct corners.
Right, coming into corner 16.
So only 3 cars currently on track.
Yes.
There is now 58, then we got Flip van Zyl, I would believe. There he is there. But let's just...
Where did Schooler end up?
So we'll just run through the qualifying quickly. As soon as we just watch now crossing the line, because I do believe that he should be further up. So there's now crossing the line in 10th place. Flip van Zyl now, he's coming into the last corner in the new Ferrari. So Flip van Zyl going 3rd fastest.
Wow, what a lap.
Marcus Steyn, he too now approaching the last corner. You can hear the tires squealing as he try to get that car turned in. Marcus Steyn goes 3rd fastest, then last person on the track, car number 113, and that is Sean Skitter. So Sean now heading through the stadium section.
Did Memo, Veranos and Andrew, did they know, they did not put laps in?
No, what might have happened, it could have been because remember, once you go out and you invalidate the lap, that is the end of that.
No, okay, yes, that could be it.
So I'm believing that's possibly what had happened there.
Maybe they have a different tactic.
Could very well be. Starting at the back, getting that pit in.
Right, let's see where he puts himself. In 5th place. Well done.
So that is a great lap there for Sean.
Right, straight on in pole position, followed by Du Plessis in 2nd. Then it's Steyn, Van Zyl, and then Skitter. Musa, 6th place, up there. Something why there's a name I expected up there.
Serodio in 7th place. Then
Yeah, no, I was looking for a name and I didn't see it there. Interesting Schooler in 12th place.
12th place, sure.
Just behind Mr. Paul, the champ is here, Venter.
Oh, I think I've now got rid of the points now, have I? Or the standings? No, I see they are still there on the output. Then we can just quickly run further down. So then it is Niall 13, Robin van der Merwe in 14. Chris Heineke, didn't expect to see him solo down. I expected to see him a little bit higher up. Etienne Mouton for the Bulldog Driving Academy, he's in 16th. Dave Young, 17. Jude Neville, 18. Pookie ZA, the newcomer to the series. The Wilfred Robson in 20th. And we run down. Come on, there we go. Then Ruan Heineke in 21st. Michael Strivik, 22nd. Gary van der Haar in 23rd. Raphael Tav, 24th. Isham Domingo, he's in 25th. Vincent Nell, interesting as well. Vincent at the back there, thinking that he might be doing a strategic pit stop. But remember, there is that little pit window that the guys will have to do. They can only pit within the first 5 minutes. Adrian Bond, 27. Desmond Pullen, 28. Memo, 29. And Andrew Ambrosioni in 30th position. Oh, and there's a car.
Sorry, Dylan. What do you mean they can only pit within the first 5 minutes?
The pit window starts within the first 5 minutes of the race.
Oh, after 5 minutes only.
Correct.
Can you go?
Correct.
Okay.
So essentially what that does is it just stops the guys from, while they're doing this little rolling start, that they quickly sneak into the pits.
Yeah, into the pits, yeah. No, I'm with you. Right. Oh no, they're first going to go for a formation lap.
Correct. So the manual formation lap to the line. Then, what's going on there?
Someone spun. I did not see who was involved. Let's hope there's not too much damage going on there. That's unfortunate.
So that is, looks like it's Sean Stratton that's stuck there. So big problems there at the back.
But what happened to Sean Stratton? I mean, he was right at the front of the...
Well, let's see quickly.
That looked weird. I saw something happen in the back, but I could not see something in what happened in the front. Why he got stuck like that.
Yeah, I'm unfortunately not able to go back that far now. We've missed it on the replay.
Yeah, I see Paul Venter is going fast. Maybe to duck into the pits, maybe fix damage.
Yeah, I definitely don't know what happened there, because it looked like the car, when they were ready to go, they were kind of inside each other, and it just pushed them away, which little bit strange to say the least.
Yeah, they're letting some guys by. I don't know if it's guys that incurred damage or what is going on at the moment.
So it looks like those guys that have got damage, they are speeding away, because it is, let's see, Paul Venter. So he's looks like he's making a duck for the pits.
Yeah, these
as
guys
well
are
as Niall,
so
Sean.
they're giving all these guys that got damage in that incident chance to fix and maybe do another formation lap. I don't know what.
Yeah, so we unfortunately don't have any direct link there to race control.
It looks like that is what they might be doing. It's actually not a bad idea. But the big question is, those guys that fix their damage now will have to go and pit again.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Because here comes now Sean Stratton. So
okay.
I'm wondering whether they'll just stop at the...
I think what they're going to do is probably do another formation lap. That would be the sensible thing to do. Get them all back into position and then, start.
Let's just see where. Yeah, so Sean Stratton is there. They've stopped at the pit exit, but we are now go, and we are now racing. So unfortunately, the guys that have taken the damage looks like they've just hung back and will go into the pits, and start. I mean, that went into the pits will start from the pit lane.
Yeah. Okay.
So there they go. And I think that's probably not the greatest outcome that they would have wanted, but at least they are still in the race, can get in a quick quick pit stop and get their heads down, and they're not out of this race just yet.
No, the race is still 55 minutes to go, and a lot can happen, and there's 20 corners on this track. It's going to be interesting how they fight their way back up, or try to at least, which is going to eat their tires, something you'll have to keep in mind for the end of this race. I don't think the guys, any one of them will change their tires in this race.
Well, we don't know what's going to happen. The tires on this track are absolutely being eaten alive. The track is very, very hot.
Yeah.
So there we just got the confirmation that the pit window is now open. So those that will need to pit will still need to go in. So the guys that started from the pit lane, that will not count as their pit stop.
Okay, right, let's see what is going on in the front there. I've kind of lost the...
Okay, so let's just do a quick recap. So out in front is Serodio, then followed by Duplessis, Musa in third, Flipfensel fourth, Greening fifth, Lorero in a sixth place, and Moore in a seventh. So far those guys are just holding fast. We see that there's a little bit of battle here between the two LTR racing guys. There was Jude having a little look to the inside, and sneaky move there, but did manage to hold that place as he went through the right-handers again and getting himself up into 13th place.
Oh, still... Oh, okay, he fell in behind her.
So it looks like we've just got confirmation now that Alex Moore has just moved himself up into 6th place, getting himself ahead of Sean Lorero.
Musa just put up the quickest lap so far.
And that's quickest lap at 2:12, but we'll definitely see those times starting to come down as this race continues.
Yes, as the tires start to work optimum and the fuel load, I suppose these guys are all filled up, that they want to spend as little time as possible in the pits in their mandatory pit stop.
Most definitely.
So I would think the thing to do would be to be light on your tires as possible in the first half of the race.
Little move there for Wilfred going around the outside. Absolutely fantastic move. So that was him moving himself up into 15th place. And once again, we've got these little gaps and these little battles happening all over the place. So that is the battle for 10th, 11th, 12th and 13th place. Then a little bit further up, we've got Robin van der Merwe, half a second behind Giancarlo Sculo. So Sculo started in 12th place. He's now up into 8th. So the pace is definitely getting a little bit quicker. Let's just change the race gaps now. So there we go, which straight away we see that right in front is the Duplessis chasing down Serodio, followed by Musa in third. It's a 2:08.3 there for Duplessis. But now we've got Moore, who's just made a move up on Greening. See if we can just go back a little. Move to the inside to turn number 1. And Alex Moore now the fastest man on track with a 2:07.8.
That is quick for this time with a full tank. He might be on a totally different strategy, but that's quick. If he can do that for 51 minutes, that's the question. Most of the gaps at the moment are all around 1 second. All the cars very close to each other.
So here's a little move now. Jude moving to the inside. Had a little look there, but not able to get that move done. But now we've got Jude hitting the curb and smacking the boards there, which has allowed Etienne to move further up the order. as well as Pookie ZA moves up. Jude now down to 15th when that little mistake was him putting some pressure on the back of Chris Heineke, but now unfortunately losing out and dropping down another place.
Well, there he goes on the outside and takes one position back.
And that's exactly what I had mentioned coming through this the stadium section, is that even though you might lose the inside going into the corner, provided you're setting yourself up for 13 on the inside, you actually are able to take that place.
Yeah, you must just be careful with that Porsche that he does not overheat that rear tires, because it looks like he's pushing very, very hard at the moment. He's obviously want to catch up.
So it looked like there was a change in positions.
Musa putting up another.
We are just looking at a replay.
Into the first corner.
There we go. So it was Sorodo that went a little bit too deep, but he is back in first place. Marcus Steyn has just subscribed. There we go. So Marcus saying apologies there. So it looks like he's putting his hand up and owning it. But now we're seeing that there is a battle. So Musa out in front, Flip van Zyl in second place, and Sorodio now down into fourth.
It's still very, very early, and these guys are pushing very, very hard. I'm quite impressed. The lap times are quite lower at this stage than what I thought it would be.
So let's just see what's happening further down. I know there's lots of racing action there, but now we see Desmond getting a run on Wilfred on the inside now. Will he allow a bit of space, or goes a little bit too deep? That's surely going to cost him on the exit now towards 13. So having to go much tighter. So now we've got Domingo around the outside, now coming back to the inside. So Isham now able to make that move stick, as once again Desmond goes a little bit wide. Robson goes wide there. Desmond pulls up on the inside.
He stayed off the track quite a while there. I wonder if he was not sure what was on his inside.
So we're seeing another little battle developing here, and this is between 8th, 9th, or 7th, 8th and 9th, and we've got Skula chasing down Van der Merwe, who's chasing down Duplessis.
Yeah, we know Skula is very quick.
So we've now just got the confirmation from Marcus Steyn, just letting us know what had happened. He was looking for the menu button and unfortunately turned the car off on the grid and had to get it up and running. And for some reason, all the maps on his buttons were all stuffed up. But Marcus, it looks like, while we haven't got all the guys starting the way they would want to, we still do have a race up and running.
Musa pulled quite a substantial couple of tenths out of Moore. Van Zyl still steady there, 1.5 seconds behind Moore. The gaps have settled down a second between the top 5, between each of them. It's very, very close. I think these guys are starting to get into that rhythm and thinking about the tires.
So just jumping to Sean Lerero, he's closing up onto the back of Greening. So Sean in the Aston Martin. Let's see if we aren't able to get some lap times in. Nope. Yeah, that's also a little bit too difficult to read. So that is a current lap time. Let's just have a quick squiz down. So no drivers have gone in for that pit stop just yet. I thought there might have been a few that would have pulled the strategy there. But if we jump down further, so still no pit stops being recorded there. It's interesting that it doesn't give us the current lap time. Well, I suppose let's just see what happens there.
Well, there's
So, a little update. We've got Mr. Duplessis currently in 7th place. He is now officially the fastest man on track.
with a 207.
207.3. The next fastest is Alex Moore, currently in 2nd place with a 207.5. And then we've got Musa with a 207.7. Van Sale 208.0. Serodio 208.1. Greening 208.6, and then Sean Lerero 208.5. Vincent now in 8th place. He's got a 207.6. So pretty sure that we're going to see some more action later on from him.
Yeah, Vincent now. I don't know what happened there between Schooler and Van der Merwe, but one moment Schooler was giving Vincent now lots of pressure, and now I see Van der Merwe has overtaken Schooler. So we missed something there. And the gaps are still settled with 1.5 seconds. So Van der Merwe.
Just wanted to see what happened. Just noticed a little bit of a little flag that came up there between Neville and Domingo. So Jude now taking his car into the pits. And yes, we can start seeing that the gaps are definitely starting to settle. We've also got Paul Fenter having just gone into the pits.
Yeah, I think maybe just trying to get out of traffic. And just trying to put solid laps in. But to push, the moment you push too hard on this track, you start overcooking those tires.
So a great shot there of this battle for 7th, 8th and 9th place. And just look at that long train of cars coming down the back straight.
I'm telling you, all the guys that are in the 207s are really impressive. They're all doing mid 207s to low 207s. Sure. There's even a 206 by Vincent now. The 206, that is, that's very quick.
So now there was a 207.0. So the pace is definitely heating up now, and Vincent having a look to the inside, going through turn 14, but that will put him on the outside. Lerero is now forced on the outside to turn 16, but that's going to impact him on the exit. So Lerero will now have not only a Nell on his butt, and Nell moving to the inside, going through turn 18, and managing to get that car through that gap there somehow. That's absolutely incredible. And now ahead of Lerero. Oh, apologies, that's Duplessis that got ahead there. There I was looking at Nell's fastest lap timer, but it was actually Duplessis that moved to the inside and got himself ahead of Lerero. So that's Vincent Nell there in the Eleanor orange colors.
Yeah, I think the fuel loads have come down and the cars are now starting to run optimum.
And we also understand the track limits here and the penalties coming through the turns 3, 4, 5 and 6. but now putting a lot of pressure now on Loureiro. So we can get a view of what it looks like inside this Aston. Looks like he's got a good run. Will he have a look here into turn number 11? He's definitely showing the nose there.
He's trying. Oh, and it worked.
And it worked. Unfortunately, Sean making a mistake there.
Yes, he was watching his mirrors, braked a little bit too deep down there, and Sean could take. Vincent now could.
So there's another little battle happening here, and this is Etienne Mouton started down in 16th place, so he's found himself up into 13 and putting some pressure here on Pookie ZA. So could there be a look here into turn 12? Just not close enough yet.
Yeah, Pookie putting the car right where it needs to be.
So Etienne getting quite a good drive coming out of turn number 16. And this is where the Ferrari seems to be very good in terms of that new downforce package that it's got. Will Etienne have a look here into 19? Not close enough. But let's just watch this as they head into turn number 20. Can he get the run up the start-finish line and make a move into turn 1? Oh, little jump on the curb there. That's not going to help Pookie's drive out there.
Yeah, that Ferrari definitely looks better through that whole last sector.
And it looks like Pookie is under some pressure there, pushing some buttons because those windscreen wipers are on and obviously feeling some sort of pressure. Let's see if we've got any other little battles happening. And yes, we do. And that's Skula putting pressure on the back of Duplessis now. So it is Aston versus Audi.
And right in front of them is Loureiro. So if they don't hold each other up, whoa! And that front group is also not far away. These guys are all very, very close to each other. Duplessis is also catching up to Greening a little bit.
There in the pink car, that is Serodio, who's currently in 4th place. There's Flip van Zyl in 3rd. So it's Musa and Moore that have got themselves a little bit of a gap out in front. So Musa, the 2.6 seconds is the gap ahead of Moore, who's got 4.6 ahead of Van Zyl there. So it is the two drivers out in front with a little bit of breathing space, but definitely from 4th down to 6th place. We could even say down to 8th because there's Loureiro in the background. That's not a comfortable place to be.
Yeah, the field is very, very close, except for the front two. But I mean, the pit stop still needs to happen for most of these guys, and that's going to shake things up a little bit. But Musa is still doing low 207, so is Moore, pushing very, very hard.
So now, just some info there, Morris. Nel did a 207.2 that last lap, so you can see that he did 3 of the. He went slower sector, a best sector, and then a faster sector.
Yeah, so, he's also doing low 207s. Like I said, one of his previous laps were 206.8.
But now pulling a lot of pressure here on Duplessis. Just about got that Aston hooked onto the back of that Ferrari. And we're now starting to see, some of the drivers going in and doing those pit stops. So let's just have a quick look.
Yeah, it's going to change because there's a couple of guys lower down that's already done their pit stops. It's going to be interesting. Like Paul Finn and Strydom and Skitter and Jude Neville, they all went into the pits already. So
So
It's going to be very, very interesting to see.
So it's not showing the pits here up, those little zeros that we're seeing on the timing board. It's not showing that there, but I do have Gary van der Haar, Niall, Jude, Sean, Sean Skitter, Sean Stratham, and Paul Fenter all having gone into the pits.
Yes, I saw them going into the pits already. So that's going to be very interesting, and where they're going to filter into the pack in front of them that all has to pit. There's no one in the front that has already pitted.
Oh, little mistake there by Duplessis, which just frees up Nal in front. And we'll have to see whether Nal is going to be able to just pull himself away from Duplessis now. Fifth place is Greening, and I'm sure that he's going to want to start catching up there. So to everybody who's on the stream, guys, thank you very much for joining us. Let us know who you are supporting here this evening. There's been an overtake here by Mutong, but that's because we did have Pookie going into the pits. Robin van der Merwe in 9th place. He's within half a second now of Lorero. So Lorero currently in 8th place, and van der Merwe in 9th. Ooh, a little bit wide there, and that's just opened up that door for Skula.
Yeah, I must engage too much. There's still 33 minutes left. I would rather catch up to those guys in the front and try and stay in touch with them.
So see, Raphael just getting himself ahead of Pookie, but now we're seeing that some of those pit stops are starting to show up there. Now showing one there, but very, very strange that not all the pit stops are coming up.
Yeah, Niall shows that he has pitted. He's the only one that I can see that shows that he's pitted. But I know that Paul went in twice. First time didn't count, of course.
So that's actually quite an interesting stat there that we can see, and that is showing the time the guys are off their fastest delta versus the race gap behind them. But it looks like things are calming down, and just as we jump there, we see that we've got van der Merwe breaking off, going into the pits, and that now releases Nel up into 4th place. Giancarlo, apologies, into 9th place.
All right.
But now back to the front, and it's still this 4-way horse. Oh man, I'll never ever forget that.
Yeah, that is a tight battle going on. I wonder who's going to break away first into the pits.
Well, let's just have a look here, because if we look, okay, so we've got Flip van Zyl, so he's got 2.5 seconds between himself and Vincent Nel, who's moved himself up the field into 4th. So having started down in 12th, he's definitely making inroads here this evening.
Yeah, no, he has really fought his way through the pack. Very impressive, but he's been very, very quick.
Ahmed Musa coming in. Great stream with Dylan and SARCO team. Thank you very much, Ahmed. Appreciate you coming in and having a watch. I'm pretty sure we know who you're supporting here this evening. So let's go to Greening, because he's definitely in the thick of things. And he does have Serodio ahead of him. And we can see that in terms of some of those splits, the guys are not too far away from those fastest times. So they definitely have a hot and happening pace out in front there.
Yeah, that's actually the question. You know, Vincent Nell made up lots of places, but he had to really abuse his tyres to get there. I just wonder how that will affect him in the end. He still has to pit as well.
Correct. So according to my timing is we've got Robin van der Merwe. He is currently in 16th place and he has got a pit stop recorded to his name. So he is currently the highest placed person that has pitted.
Okay, so Domingo and Robson is in the pits at the moment. Bond is going into the pits, just entered the pits. So,
Yep.
okay, some of the guys are ducking in now. And that's going to be interesting to see where Paul Venter and Skitter pulled this in.
I don't know if you saw that, but we've got this 3 wide into turn 11.
Duplessis, if he plays his cards right, can make 2 positions there.
Well, here we go, because now we've got Serodio, Greening and Duplessis. We're now 2 wide into the braking zone. Serodio on the inside. We've got Duplessis going 3 wide on the outside there. But now we're watching the wrong person, as into the inside goes Greening, and he gets himself ahead. Serodio now is going to have the inside through turn number 15. Will he get the run out? And he just over rotates on the rear. And that now gets Duplessis up in the mix now. And Duplessis now ahead.
That was a good save.
With Greening now, all that hard work that he had created now has to go and redo it all over again.
Just be careful. Those tires are heating up immediately with battle like this. But he's ducking into the pits. Both of them ducking into the pits.
So I wonder whether he's just realized that, hold on, the tires are a bit heated up.
Listen, let me tell you, with the track temperature the way it is, it doesn't really cool down your tires standing in the pits. The track is so hot. I'm not exactly sure how hot the track surface actually is.
Okay, just a quick update. We've got Moore in the pits, Van Zyl in the pits, Greening in the pits, Nel in the pits, and Serodio. So that means our top 5 that were on track were in the pits.
There they go.
So is that Van Zyl that is on his way out? Yes, it is. But who is that ahead? I think that is Ruff. Yes, that is Raphael Tove. So Flip Van Zyl now showing that he is currently in 8th place. But now he is now exiting as the highest pitted driver.
I must say, this new Ferraris are good looking cars.
And it even sounds even better. So we do have Ahmed Musa and Yusuf Musa, who are part of our Monday Night League, and no relation to Muath Musa. But yes, they are showing their support. So here we go, Andre Serodio right behind Greening. So these two came out of the pits just like this. Ooh, that was a lot of curb there, and I'm pretty sure that that's gonna cost him.
He had to come off the throttle there, yes.
So another battle happening here in the thick of it, and we've got Andrew Brogioni. He's up into 10th place. But he's got Alex Moore that's on his way past now. So Alex Moore now securing that spot into turn number 12. Giancarlo now officially the race leader here as Musa and Duplessis go into the pits. So it's going to be interesting to see where they come out in relation to Flip Van Zyl.
Yeah, Schooler hasn't stopped yet. And Loureiro neither.
That is correct, yeah.
Wow, this could really be very interesting.
So here comes Musa heading towards that pit exit, and here comes Flip van Zyl crossing the start-finish line. So let's jump to Musa. So he's now on his way, but if we jump to the screen, there's Flip van Zyl now getting himself ahead of Musa, which means that he is now provisionally in first place.
That was awesome. In
with
other words,
Musa in second, Alex Moore in third.
Wow, there's some of these guys have put in very, very good outlap. That's for sure. When they came out the pits, or in laps for that matter.
So now with our 24 minutes left to go, we've still got Skula, Loureiro, Mouton, Pullen, Struvic, who are currently in the top 5 places, still needing to pit. And we see we got confirmation here from Jude Neville saying that he disconnected. So that's very unfortunate to see there.
Very, very unfortunate. Wow, that was a brilliant move. That Van Zyl pulled on Musa. I'm very impressed there.
So here we've got Desmond Pullen closing up onto the back of Etienne Mouton as they head through turn 17 and 18, and right behind them, whoa!
Well, we're losing the rear. Maybe that left rear a little bit heated up.
You can just see that rear just letting go and bouncing off the wall. So if I was Desmond, I would definitely be pulling into the pits now.
When I look at the guys' lap that they're doing, Flip van Zyl is really, really quick. He's about the same as his quickest lap of the race so far. Fuel loads getting nice and light. Moore is on a lap that's a second quicker than his quickest time. A lot of guys going very quick at the moment after they've come out of the pits.
So Nell's now. Where did I see Nell? Nell in the pits. So he's come out of the pits. Just missed that. But now we still got Giancarlo Skula out in front. Still needing to get his pits in. Sean Loureiro currently in second place. 2:11 for his last lap there. So
listen, Skula, if Skula puts in quick laps now, he could put off a tonner of a podium.
So the thing is that his last lap for Skula was a 2:10.2. So I think that he's definitely struggling with something, and his fastest lap has only been a 2:08.6. So he definitely is off the pace of the top. What's that? So Flip van Zyl 2:08.3, 2:07 for Musa, 2:07.2 for Moore, 2:07.0 for Nel, 2:07.4 for Duplessis. So what the other thing, what that's saying is that Flip van Zyl, even though he's ahead, he's just been doing the most consistent out of the guys behind him.
I can see on his lap, he's doing laps consistently to his quickest lap. In fact, he's going a little bit quicker. A lot of guys going quicker now with the lighter fuel loads.
So Serodio and Greening having a little battle. Look at this, 3 wide once again. So this is Serodio, Greening and Ambrosioni heading down towards turn number 12. Serodio on the inside, that is Greening on the outside.
Well, I don't think Andrew has pitted yet.
But look at that, there was a little mistake hitting the curb, but it just shows you how important it is to get an exit out there. So Serodio managing to hang on to that. So Sean Loureiro has now come out of the pits, and he's now currently in between Moore and Musa, because this is now Moore right next to him. Oh, looked like there was almost a touch there, going too wide. Little cut of the corner there for Moore, and Loureiro now in 4th place.
Yeah, that was a little bit enthusiastic.
But it just shows you that the guys from LTR definitely got their pit stops down pat, because they've been able to move themselves up the order.
Well, I must say, whatever Flip van Zyl did just before his pit stop made him up sometime. I don't know if Musa made a little mistake into or out the pits. It's possible, but that was quite significant. And Loureiro as well. He's in a solid 4th place. With Moore right behind, giving him.
And if I look at the lap comparisons, is Sean Loureiro's fastest lap has only been a 2:09. So there we go. We just see Moore going ahead, and Loureiro now dropping down into 5th, and he's got Vincent now behind him. And if you have a look at that fastest lap there, 2:06.9.
Wow, it wasn't 0.9. That was right.
So here we go. Giancarlo Scula, he is now coming out. Where is he in relation to Flip van Zyl? So that's Flip van Zyl and Musa. Giancarlo now are coming up, and we want to see that shot, because that means that Scula is out in front, just managing to stay ahead there.
Now that is brilliant. Okay, I didn't expect that. I thought maybe a podium, but coming out in front of Van Zyl, that's just fantastic.
So that there, ooh, you can see Musa just losing a bit of the grip there, doing a little 4-wheel drift. But this is the race for 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place.
I don't know how he did it, because his lap times weren't, like we said, it weren't that quick. It was slower than Van Zyl's lap times. I don't know how he got that right, but that was brilliant. Let's see if he can hold up. Van Zyl, that should be a good battle.
So now they head towards turn number 12. And it doesn't look like any one of them is getting an advantage. We now have Musa trying to get behind Giancarlo. Will he sneak in on the inside? He just puts his nose in.
He does. But now he's on the outside for the next corner. Oh, okay. Good drive out there as well. It was well done.
So Musa definitely putting that BMW to work. And Giancarlo now still leading the race now after all the pit stops. And I can now confirm that everybody has been into the pits. I've got Paul Fenter showing that he's in the pits again. Oof. That Aston
Musa
is not looking comfortable at this point. Musa now trying to go around the outside through turn number 20. So he's going to have a faster exit. And Giancarlo is going to have to go and defend on the inside.
Let's see if the BMW has got legs. The Aston is quite quick, because Schooler didn't have a good exit there going defensive.
So he is going to try the little cut back, but not able to make it work there. And I'm pretty sure that Van Zyl is just going to hang back, just see what's happening here, and pick off his own little opportunity.
Yeah, Van Zyl is actually in a very good position at the moment. But I'm quite impressed with Schooler. What he pulled off from 12th place was quite remarkable. Am I right? He started
he started in 12th. So here we go up into turn number 11. It's all going to be about getting the drive. And Musa getting a big jump off the curb there and collecting Van Zyl. So that's definitely changed the course of the race once again.
All three of the leaders, except Musa, knocked poor Schooler from behind because he caught the curve.
And that then has now taken Vincent now and given him a prime opportunity to get himself up into second place.
Wow,
Van Zyl now in third and Schooler down in fourth position.
Right behind Van Zyl.
Let's just see if we can catch that once again.
Yeah, Musa caught the inside curve into corner 11 and it launched the car into the back of Schooler.
So here we go, just showing the replay. So Musa just getting caught in that rear, just clipping Flip Van Zyl, which then pushes him up onto the curb. So a massive unfortunate contact there. But now with 14 minutes left to go, it's going to be for Giancarlo and Flip Van Zyl to bring the car home and hopefully just secure some points.
Well, if Vincent Nel can keep up the pace that he's been keeping, he's got a good chance of closing that gap. Oh, there goes Flip Van Zyl.
What was that? Let's just have a look here. So coming into the braking zone.
Losing the rear. Oh, that was strange. He just lost the rear into the first corner.
Unless now that he's got that rear damage, it's not helping his cause. So Flip Van Zyl now dropping down to 9th place.
He must have some damage, yes. Schooler should have a little bit of damage in the rear as well. Musa should have some damage in the front. So I don't know how that. I'll be watching that time between him and Nel to see if it shrinks.
So here's Serodio on the inside into turn number 11 and getting himself ahead of Loureiro. Great line there for Serodio. You can just see he got a great exit out of that and already got himself a car length between himself and Loureiro.
Did you say that Paul Venter was in the pits again?
Let's just jump here. So I've got Paul Venter. Looks like he is in the pits.
Okay. The last two races, Paul seemed to struggle with that Honda.
Yeah, it does look like the tires are a little bit different this time around. So the next person that Loureiro is going to have to contend with is Greening from Eleanor, putting lots and lots of pressure on him. Greening on the inside into the last corner. Some great side-by-side action there. And it is going to be Aston versus Aston. And it looked like Sean, with him being a little bit wider, was able to get a bit of a better drive. But now Greening will definitely stick the nose into turn number 1. They're going to have to go too wide through there. Loureiro now on the outside. Better drive for him. He will then get it up on the inside. But now it's going to be a too wide into turn 3 and 4. Will Loureiro back off? Yes, he does. He does allow him to go through.
He does the sensible thing, yes. But that has brought Van Zyl. No, who's right behind them there?
I think that's... Oh, that's... I don't know who that is.
It says it's Van Zyl, but it doesn't look like Van Zyl's car.
So we've got Pookie going around the outside of Michael Struvic. That was quite a great move. Got a great drive coming out of turn 1. And now Duplessis right on the back of Schooler. He's going to have a look to the outside here of turn number 12. So Schooler not being able to get the drive. He's going to go around the outside. Is Duplessis getting himself up into 3rd place now.
that was a bold move, but he made it stick. And it looks like he's actually quite a little bit quicker now that he's released.
So Musa out in front, 3.3 seconds is the gap that he has over now. And
Wow.
This is the next gap.
That gap came down from 4.6 seconds down to, what is it now, 3.6.
3.6, yeah.
So we'll have to keep our eye on there. Musa is not putting in bad laps.
So another little battle that's starting to ensue, and this is Adrian Bond versus Andrew Ambrosioni. It is BMW versus Ferrari as they head down the back straight. And I must say the BMWs are looking pretty stable here this evening. Seeing things happening here, that's Van Zyl getting himself ahead of Loureiro.
Now I wonder what the extent of his damage could be. I can see something on his left corner, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be some sort of damage there. Just a message from Dave ZA saying, good drive from Vincent. Dave, we cannot agree with you anymore. Absolutely fantastic drive there for him.
That Ferrari does not look happy at the moment. Yeah, no, there's definitely something not right with that Ferrari. But he's keeping it on the track.
So another little LNR versus LTR battle happening here. This is Wilfred with Desmond Pullen behind him, chasing down Etienne Mouton. Just jumping the curb there. As they now head up through turn number 9. This little kink through turn number 10. Then a flat down the hill into the braking zone at turn number 11. Not as heavy as turn 12. But you can see a very, very wide corner. Actually apex quite late on that inside curb.
Very awkward corner, and to keep speed to get a good drive out onto that straight is quite tricky.
So Wilfred positioning himself now on the inside into turn number 12 on the brakes. Should be able to get that move done, provided that Etienne is not swamped by Desmond behind him. Just sliding in behind Robson there.
Whoa.
They did look like they were closer than they actually were there.
No, I thought Pullen was a little bit too bottle.
Etienne just struggling a little bit there to get his power down there, and unfortunately allowing Pullen to go through. But now there is more action happening in front here, and this is for Giancarlo, Serodio and Greening. Sorry, Schooler, Moore and Serodio.
Oh, I think Nel is going to run out of time to catch up to Musa. He has caught up another 7/10 in the last 2 laps. So we'll keep on keeping our eye on that.
So Nell's best lap at 206.4. If we compare the previous laps, 207.4 for Musa, 207.0 for Nell.
Wow. Okay. Well, if he does that consistently, there's a good chance he's going to be right up on the back of Musa by the end of this race. Moore and Schooler and Serodio is having a nice battle.
So I do want to just get the view from here. You can just see how crazy this is, knowing that the driver ahead of you is in 4th, with the driver ahead of him 5th and 4th. See Serodio going down into first gear. Now heading up the hill. Oh my gosh, Sheka. That is your gap for first and second place.
Well, Musa lost more than a second in the last 2 corners
So
to Nels.
Last lap, Musa 208.3, Nel 207.0. So that difference was 1.3 seconds.
Yeah, no, that is a huge gap. I think Musa's tires might be beginning to be an issue. But Nel is so consistent, it's scary.
And you see there, at the back of that train, that is the Duplessis. So if the two in front start having a bit of a dice and start slowing each other down, that might get Duplessis back into the mix. So back to this three-way horse, and it is Sorodo right on the back of Alex Moore. And just ahead, there's just ahead of them is a Skula. To the inside. There's a great move there, but just not able to get the drive out. So Sorodio dropping down again.
Well, that now brought Greening, and right there in the background.
So I don't know who that car is. It's car number 25. So that, yeah, it's sure, but that is Greening. No, so that's what I'm saying is there's a car in between there that looks like he might be out of position. So that is Sorodio getting a bit of a bump, little contact again now. They're going to be side by side into the last corner. So that is Moore and Sorodio, but now who is the other car that has joined the party there? See some blue flags now being waved. So Sorodio now having a look to the inside to turn number 1, and just coming into contact there with Memo was moving to the inside to allow them to go through, and it looks like he just mistimed that move.
It's a pity. And again, the top is...
So we're going to definitely jump back now to the start finish, but we see there's Memo on the right hand side of the screen. He's now moving to the inside, and Sorodio just turning in on him.
Oh, yeah,
and unfortunately, that's now cost him a good couple of places.
Yeah, because he had a guy on his outside as well, you know. That was a pity. Okay, so where does that fit in? Sorodio is now
down into 7th place. Duplessis just in the picture there, but now we've got 1 second is the gap now, and with only 2 minutes left, by the time they cross the finish line there will only be enough time for 1 lap.
Well, this is going to be, well, I almost want to say I saw this coming. Let's see, Nel has got something left in those tires to force something here. Like you said, this is the last lap.
So this is it. After 58 minutes of racing, we are now down to 1 lap, and now goes a little bit too deep into turn 1 and just loses a little bit of time there on Musa. But now they'll head into the turns 2, then 3 and 4. Little gear down as they approach into 5. Then tap for the brakes, get the nose in on 6. Just feather the throttle, back on the power. Then down 1 gear through turn number 7. Just hold the gear. Generally go down now, just get the car to rotate, then back on the power. Just watching the car slide, you can see Nell's car just getting a little bit of a drift there. You've got to be careful of that little dip.
Yeah.
Now into turn number 11.
He's on it. He's really giving it his all.
And now tucked in behind the BMW of Musa.
Well, let's see what Musa's. Wow, that BMW has got legs down the straight.
It's trying to break the toe there, and Musa getting a little white flag warning, so there's a car in front of him that is going a little bit slower. Looks like Musa went in a little bit too deep there and wasn't able to carry the speed, which is now put now right on his tail. Now into turn 13, it's going to be straight line through there. We'll now have a little peak on the inside into 15, not close enough. Now will he get the drive out of 16?
There's not big corners left.
If he can get a good drive here and set himself up for the inside into 19.
Well, his last chance is coming up. If he gets good drive out here, he can maybe force a block pass, but no, he's not close enough.
Just jumped on the curb there, just unsettled the car a little bit. And it is going to be an absolute drag to the line. And Musa will cross the line in first place.
Well done, Musa and Nel. Nel came down from low down in the grid through the race and back for the win.
Duplessis in third.
Oh, Duplessis had a silent race and silently ended up Quan Duplessis on the podium.
And Skula, chased by Moore, Greening, and Serodio, followed by Flip Van Zyl in 8th place. Sean Loureiro being chased there by Van der Merwe. Now into the last corner, Loureiro's going to have to go defensive. Whoa! Great move there for Van der Merwe, just sneaking it in on the last corner, which then puts Loureiro in 10th. Gary van der Haar, he'll come home in 11th. The newcomer to the series, Pookie ZA, we'll definitely find out what his name is. He'll come home in 12th place. Michael Struvik, a great 13th position there for him. Then as I say, whoa, what something happened there. Let's just go back and have a quick look. So it's side by side. That is Pullen and Robson. And they both kind of just drifted out. There was no contact there because I didn't get an incident there.
Yeah, I think the Porsche ran out of room and it pushed the other cars wide.
So then we've got Etienne in 16th place, followed by Niall in 17th. Then Isham Domingo in 18th place. Adrian Bond, 19. Why do you keep showing that? There we go. Let's just do that quickly. I do just need to get my Discord leaderboard off. There we go.
I must say, quite an exciting finish. I must say, even though the track is a very hard track, the guys had a good race. I know that Paul Venter, I think there's one or two other guys that I saw pulling into the pits, but this was a hard race.
Yeah,
I think
most definitely.
All sitting slumped in their rigs at the moment.
Well, what I do want to see is that let's see if we can't get our top three to come and chat to us. And while we're waiting for them, we have a little surprise. A little something from our sponsor. So guys, if you do want to find out more about the Bulldog skincare range for men, head over to Clicks, or you can check out in the description. We do have the link. They do a I said doo-doo. Ha ha. A beard range as well as a skincare range. So go check it out. It's definitely my skincare line of choice. Okay, let's just shut down that stream, and we now have all the drivers in. Good evening, gentlemen. Welcome to our post-race interview. Let's start off with you. Is that Juan or Mr. Duplessis? Kuan, got you.
Yes.
So absolutely fantastic race there. You kind of worked your way through the field. We like to say you had a quiet race because you weren't really battling with everybody the entire race. There was a little bit of a time where yourself and Vincent were coming through the field, but an absolute great result there for you.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure. I kind of like the score in return because it's my first time in quite a while since I've been racing again. So it's great to be back on top.
No, it was really awesome, and you definitely showed the guys that another name to be watching on the scorecard.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's go to you, Vincent. Starting quite far down the field and working your way up the order. Absolute great result there for you. I'm sure you're chuffed with this result, considering there was a little bit of an incident that happened where, not to anybody's fault, but Skule and Fonseca were unfortunately just tipped off. But I'm sure taking that opportunity with open arms.
Yeah, thanks. I mean, I invalidated my quali lap and I started, I think it was like 26th. And I was hoping for maybe a top 10. And then when I got into the top 10, I'm like, hey, maybe I can fight for top 5. And then I got into 5th, and then unfortunately that incident happened. And then I got boosted up to 2nd. And yeah, I was just hunting down Musa.
Absolute great result. And sure, I think one more lap and Musa, I think you would have been in a little bit of trouble there.
Yeah, definitely. I had a bucket of sweat here next to me.
Well, let's just get your volume up there. There we go.
But yeah, good race. Nonetheless, I just want to apologize to Skule there for that little tap in the hip. And unfortunately, I rode that mountain and yeah, lost control there. So apologies there. But yeah, Niall had some alienated space there again. Yeah, he made a person sweat, but good race nonetheless. A bit tricky there at the start. A bit of confusion that was going on. We didn't know if we were racing or not. But everybody held their own there. And yeah, bad luck to Quan and Andre. Teammates taking each other out there. So it was a bit of a smash.
Yeah, and we did get that on the replay, and it just looked like as you were going through, the car just got a little bit airborne, just clipped Giancarlo and tried to go around the outside, but just clipping his rear, which then spun him around. So, unfortunate incident there.
Yeah, my bad on that one. It was, I rode that mountain and yeah, just lost control over the car.
Oh, good. I definitely don't think there'll be any hard feelings there. Guys, thank you very much. Absolutely great race. Really exciting and action throughout the entire race. Really awesome to see. To those who joined us on the stream, thank you very much for the support. The drivers do come and watch the racing afterwards, so thank you very much for that. To Marius, my man in the comms box this evening, thank you very much. And then to our sponsors, Bulldog Skincare for Men for the product hampers, as well as our partners MSI with the streaming equipment that gives the stream out, as well as our partnership with NAG, currently providing our practice servers. Guys, we'll see you next week for the second last race for the American Series. Really looking forward to that. But don't forget, we do have some racing on Monday. And all I can say, guys, is keep practicing, keep racing, and thanks for watching.